So you guys remember that video I just posted about picking up a Grom with pink decals? You'll notice this is black. This is not pink decals. That's because this is another one that I just bought a day later. So let's talk about that. So the Grom that we just picked up for the donor vehicle of the E-Grom build, it was beautiful. White with like a little pink decals here and there, pink grips, pink handlebars. And it'd be perfect with the fuchsia color. I go to take off the decals on it and my wife goes, "Hey, we should probably keep this stock to do our tests on." I'm like, "Oh yeah, that's a good idea." What she was actually telling me was, "Hey, I want this bike, don't use it." So here we are, a day later, getting a brand new one. I mean, this is fairly brand new. It's 4,000 miles. Oh, what have I gotten into? As soon as I got the bike home, I had to throw it on the lift to start wrenching on it. Super excited just to dig into it, so I went ahead and started removing the plastics and got it down to the bare frame. By the end of the night, I had the engine off, headlight off, gas tank, seat, all the stuff that you actually need to kind of start doing all the templating. And conveniently enough, one of my good friends on Facebook said he just blew up the engine. So here's the carnage of that. Yeah, that's a good time. So as fate would have it, I went ahead and sold the engine to him and then started amassing parts on the side of the garage. Hi, Masi. And yeah, so you can see here the following day, I have it all stripped down. Wheels are gone, forks are gone. And this is a comparison of when I got the Ruckus suspension on the front versus the stock Grom. It drops at about 6 to 7 inches in the front. So this is the bike as it sits after about a day. Dropped the motor out, pretty much stripped down the frame, all the wiring's gone. I went ahead and put the NCY Ruckus suspension on the front end. The whole idea with this build is to keep it low as possible because I don't want to be doing wheelies everywhere I go. And then I went ahead and got these cut, little templates for the motor once that comes in. The one thing I do have to do is once this actually gets put into place, you can see I put a spacer in there. I have to see exactly where that's going to sit with the sprocket coming out here because we need to make sure it's in line all the way back with the sprocket on the rear wheel. So then going to the back, I can't actually put the rear wheel on yet because I put the 4-inch link in the rear. So we need to actually see with the wheel once it's on the ground how it sits. And we really are limited in the battery area. So basically what I'm going to do is put the whole battery right here. With the lowered suspension, it moves the wheel upward so it further limits what you have. Ideally, I'd like to put the battery underneath so that it fits within the plastics, but with trying to fit a 200-pound battery, or it's not 200, it's like 150 for the 200-mile range, it's going to be really tough to actually fit that underneath the plastics. We're probably going to have to cut it out and kind of let it overhang a little bit to the sides. That way I don't limit my suspension travel up front. So we'll see if the 4.5 actually works in the rear. I might end up lifting that back up to 2.5, but at least for now, that gives us a good starting basis. Next, I went on to cutting the gas tank. I'm going to keep the top of the factory gas tank because it allows us to use the factory plastics, which makes it nice, but I'm cutting out the bottom here so that I can fit my handy dandy Snap-on controller template tool. I bought this from my local Snap-on dealer for a measly 35 payments at $30, and this is going to fit right in there underneath the fuel tank so that it fits snugly against the frame and kind of hides the controller as well. It's just a nice clean look. One of the pain points in this project is adapting the display that we're going to use in the electric kit to the speedometer display on the Honda Grom. I want to keep the stock headlight look to it, so I need to use this bracket. So what I've been going through is trying to make a template that I could then put on the existing stock housing for the speedometer that the display would then just bolt to, and then that would bolt to that. So it makes a nice clean look. You can see I've been kind of working it on the computer. It's an awesome scanned image. That's a pain in the butt, but nonetheless, we got it all made. So we're going to head over to the laser here and pull it out. So I went ahead and made it in black. You can see that there's a film on this, but once we take that film off, it'll look nice and neat. Boom. So the back is going to look like that. It's like a shiny black. I got to clean it up still, but that'll look awesome. The speedometer adapter plate came out so nice. If you look here, it adapts the factory housing
for the OEM speedometer to the speedometer that I'm going to run. 2 bolts through the front, and it's contoured on the outside to fit just how I wanted it. It just looks factory and nice. If you didn't know it wasn't supposed to be there, you really wouldn't bat an eye at it. Only people that actually have been in the scene probably would notice it. And I'm just really happy with it. So inside you'll see here too that I went ahead and cut out the top button so that I could fit the main harness through. It just, I'm so excited. So that pretty much heads up the video today. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm excited for the next part of the build. Stick around and enjoy it with me because it's going to be a blast. Peace.